Mining economics for decision making. Mining used to be a business primarily focused on the technical aspects of getting valuable ore out of the ground and extracting the minerals in a metallurgically efficient way. Without denying the importance of these skills, a narrow focus on technical issues is no longer sufficient to guarantee success, even in rich ore bodies. Skill in economics is an essential partner to technical skill in every step of the mining process. Economics directs mining strategy and takes into account changes in worldwide demand for mineral products. The first section, Mining Economics and Strategy, looks at the industry from a strategic perspective. The broad trends in the mining world and the way that much of the world is interconnected highlights and challenges some common misconceptions of mining economics. For long-term success, practitioners must at least be cognizant of these broader influences. The second section, Costs, follows a narrower approach. This section focuses on costs and how the understanding of cost is critical for decision making, from day to day choices at the mine phase to long term life of mine planning. The third section, Time Value of Money, examines one of the most important aspects of assessment in all but the simplest of mines, understanding what is happening in the mine over an extended period of time. Investing in new, bigger machinery at the start can reduce costs and provides benefits over the rest of the mine life. Understanding these issues requires economic tools to assess the time value of money. Mining economics and strategy. Most approaches to economics assume that one person or one company's actions do not affect the whole market. For many decisions in operating mines, the standard approach of ignoring what competitors are doing and using conventional economic models is quite appropriate. With financial investments and the stock market, for example, low risk, lower return opportunities form part of a continuous spectrum to higher risk and higher return opportunities. The uniqueness of each ore body and the idiosyncratic risk attached to each project means that higher returns are not necessarily syn- synonymous with the higher risk. Strategic considerations are also important because of high sunk cost in mining, a characteristic of mining that is less important in most other industries. If a company has high sunk cost but low cash cost and the market price decline quite substantially, the company is unlikely to go out of business or even to reduce production. Two important strategic issues. If potential competitors have knowledge of a company's capital structure, acting rationally, they might be deterred from entering the same market, knowing that the company will not easily be put out of business. With less competition, the company may be able to gain a price premium. However, this comparative advantage can also work against the company if customers also know about the company's capital structure. Conventional but incorrect economic thinking pervades many other areas of mining, often in critical areas such as reserves definitions and the change in costs as reserves are depleted. Costs. To most people, the concept of cost is subject to no ambiguity. For larger expenditures, the real cost is more evident. In economics, the cost of anything is the highest valued opportunity necessarily for second. Types of costs. To make sensible business decision, every business needs to know its cost to produce its products. Of the variety of ways to measure cost, some cost concepts are more appropriate for certain problems than others. A. A fixed cost is an expense that does not vary with the level of output. For example, an annual payment to maintain a mining lease, assuming the payments are independent of production. B. The portion of a fixed cost that is not recoverable is a sunk cost. Sunk costs should not affect subsequent decisions and are excluded in preparing a cash flow of a mining property. Marginal costs. In economics, few concepts are more important than the concept of marginal cost. The marginal cost is the change in total cost. The counterpart to marginal cost is marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the change in total revenue. Time value of money. Money tomorrow is not as valuable as money today. Given the choice of having the same amount of money in the future or right now, everyone would prefer to have it now. Almost every economic decision in mining involves cash flows, spending money, receiving money, occurring at different points of time. For simple calculation, future values are derived by taking current values and multiplying by the interest rate. Valuation at constant point in time. The first series of time value calculations apply simple formulas to bring anticipated cash flows to an equivalent time reference basis for calculation. Simple calculations are grouped into two categories. Number one, how to turn a future value into the equivalent present value and vice versa. Number two, how to turn a regular series of equal values occurring over several years into an equivalent single amount in the present and vice versa. The two functions used to relate present values to future values and vice versa are number one, compound amount function, future value. Number two, present value function. The future value is determined by the following formula. Fv is equal to Pv multiplied by 1 plus In, where Fv is a future value, Pv is present value, I is interest rate in the time period, N is number of time periods, means years. 1 plus I into N is compound factor. Discounted cash flow analysis. Although all of the functions discussed in the previous section are important in determining values for activities occurring over time, their usefulness is limited because they do not take taxation effects into account and need regular cash flows. The method universally used for almost all mining and other business evaluation is the discounted cash flow (DCF) technique. Discounted cash flow analysis. A big difference exists between corporate finance, that is, costing, economics, and capital investment decision, and financial accounting, which stresses incomes and earnings. While accounting procedures document what has happened, mining economics aims at informed decisions on what to do. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, and share.